Look who's here.
G'day, Mr. Fletcher.
Hello, Lizzie. How are you?
Pissed off. Miss Bennett won't let me into CB.
Why not?
She reckons she's not allowed to have any visitors.
Oh, of course she is. She's got the same rights as anybody else, provided the visit's been authorised. Mrs. Edwards, take Mrs. Birdsworth to see B. Smith. Tell reception that I've authorised the visit, okay?
Yes, Mr. Fletcher.
Thanks.
Well, Lizzie, what's it like out in the great big world?
Takes a bit of getting used to. Reckon you'd know more about it than me. I've been out.
Seems funny showing you the interview room from this side.
Yeah. Seems funny to me, too.
Visitor for Smith, Miss Bennett.
Smith's not allowed to have visitors.
Mr. Fletcher's approved it, Miss Bennett.
Yeah. And Fletcher's deputy governor, isn't he?
Don't give me any of your cheek, Birdsworth.
What are you going to do, Miss Bennett? Put me in the pound.
All right, get on with it. Kitchen supplies. And since you've obviously got so much time on your hands, you can type up the rosters for tomorrow as well.
Lizzie!
Billy!
How are you, you old devil? No physical contact.
Why have they got you in isolation?
Oh, I'm in the poo again. Got a fag on you?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, you little beauty. Well, how's it going?
Oh, it's all right, I suppose. Well, it's not bad.
Well, sounds wonderful.
Oh, yeah, it's all right. Only Dor, she's getting at me something cruel, Bea.
Why?
Oh, it's my own bloody fault, I suppose.
Now, what have you gone and done to Doreen?
Well, I got chickered and I lost her that job she had. She's a real crook on me, Bea.
Yeah, I don't blame her. Never mind, she'll get over it.
Oh, I certainly hope so. She's the only mate I got on the outside.
Look, there's a whole bunch of them out the halfway house.
Oh, yeah, there are, but they've all got jobs and you don't get a chance to get to know them and you don't get any visitors, so it gets quite lonely at times.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Never see anyone from one day's end to the other. So that's who they are.
So that's who what are? Geez, Lizzie, you jump around like John Travolta.
Those two people I saw outside, the toffee-nosed ones, they came to the halfway house one day.
What do you mean, the new ones? That dame that looks sick all the time and her daughter. Well, what do they want?
Oh, the woman was real scared. Well, they were too scared to go home. The hubby's in the wife-bashing trade.
They were near for murdering him.
Good on 'em.
But they were supposed to be after his insurance.
I don't know about that, but he certainly scared the pants off of them.
Well, you don't say. Tell us what happened.
Well,
Oh, Mr. Fletcher, can I speak to you?
What about?
Just want a word with you.
What, is it important?
Could be.
All right, I'll take it through.
Thanks for letting Lizzie in. I needed the company.
I did it for her, not for you.
Fair enough.
Well, what was it you want to talk to me about?
You know those two Silvertails that just come in for doing their old man?
Mrs. Williams and her daughter.
Yeah, well, whatever. Lizzie reckons he was a proper bastard.
How does she know?
Well, they stopped in at the halfway house one night looking for a place to keep. Yeah, I know it sounds incredible, but Lizzie swears to it. Reckons the old man used to beat him up regularly as a gong.
It's funny they hadn't mentioned it to anyone.
Well, they're a bit funny all round, aren't they? Just thought I owed you one.
Mum, if you don't eat, they'll start feeding you intravenously. And that's very embarrassing and very uncomfortable.
But I did eat, Carolyn.
Not enough to feed a sparrow. Do you have to watch us all the time?
I'm sorry, but I've got something important to talk to you about. Mrs. Williams, the night before your husband was killed, did you seek refuge at the halfway house?
It's hardly likely, is it?
Well, Lizzie Birdsworth swears she saw both of you there.
Who's she?
Lizzie's a former inmate. She now lives at the halfway house.
I've never heard of it. Or her.
Are you sure? It's in Elizabeth Street. It's not very far from here.
We didn't really make a habit of socializing with ex-prisoners, Mr. Fletcher.
You're evading the question.
Oh, I do beg your pardon. What was your question?
Did you seek refuge at the halfway house?
When?
At any time?
Yes, we were there.
Carolyn.
Oh, Mum, what's the point in denying it?
Well, Lizzie says that you had a black eye and that you were very distressed.
The woman was fantasizing.
Mum, please.
Mrs. Williams, if it was true that your husband was mistreating you, it could help your case.
Are you suggesting that I stand up in court and tell them my husband was a wife-beater?
You're going to be standing up in front of court accused of murder.
Mr. Fletcher.
All right, but I want to see you outside, please.
Carolyn.
It's all right, Mum. You lie there. I'll only be outside.
Now, you're going to tell me what this is all about. Well, if he was that violent, you've got a case. A woman's entitled to defend herself if she's being attacked.
She kept it to herself for years. Why should she suffer the humiliation of having it spread all over the media?
Because the alternative is 10 years in jail. You'll find you'll get mighty sick of the food and the company.
Oh, what's the point anyway? The police will never believe us. There's just no evidence.
There's Birdsworth's evidence.
Well, if they won't believe us, it's not likely they'll listen to an ex-criminal like the Birdsworth woman.
She's got no reason to lie, and the other women will back her up.
A bunch of ex-criminals turning up in court and claiming to be old acquaintances. I'm sorry, Mother will never accept it.
Well, that's stupid.
I don't know what you're so worried about. It's not your affair. You're not even a policeman.
If you're innocent, you shouldn't be in jail, that's all.
How very philanthropic of you.
Look, you just think about what I said before it's too late for you and your mother.
I hope Grogan's mother can read her writing. It's more than I can do.
Morning, Vera. Morning, Sal.
You're late.
Yes, I know. I never thought I was going to get here.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, I don't know. You name it. It happened. Right, now, before I do anything else, I am going to have a cup of coffee. Oh, yes. Can I help you?
Yeah, my name's Bryant, Judy Bryant. I've come to see Sharon Gilmore.
Ah, yes. You must be her sister.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, I'll go and get her. Do you know where the garden is?
I've been here before, yeah.
Right.
Sign that book.
What's happened to your hair?
Don't touch me.
What's happened?
3 great dykes came at me with a pair of scissors. They could have had my eye out.
You mean the waters just let it happen?
You mean the waters just let it happen? The waters don't give a stuff what happens to me. Neither do you.
Sharon, don't say that. You know it's not true.
Why haven't you bailed me out then?
We've been through all this.
Yeah, that's right. You're teaching me a lesson.
Look, I'm sorry about your hair.
You're not sorry about anything. Or you'd get me out of here.
It's only for a few more days, love.
I could get killed in a few more days.
Oh, don't exaggerate.
It's true. This place is run by a tough old mole called B. Smith, and she's out to get me. All the other heavies work for her. I'm a goner if I can't buy them off, Jude. You've got to raise my bail.
Look, I'm trying, love, honest I am, but it's a lot of money.
And at least get me something that I can use to buy those bitches off. I need drugs for bargaining. The hard stuff.
You haven't learnt your lesson, have you?
You can go to hell. You're not the only fish in the sea, you know. There are quite a few others in here interested in what I've got to offer. They'll look after me. Take me back inside. I'm sick of that pathetic old mole. Sharon, I want to go back inside.
Mr. Fletcher suggests we mention the halfway house. I think he's probably right.
Washing all our dirty linen in public. I don't even want to think about it.
We have to think about it. We have to do something.
All our friends, and the only people to speak up for us are 2 criminals.
We've only ourselves to blame for that.
There's no way I'm going to call on their evidence. Nothing's going to make me.
I don't like the idea any more than you do, Mum, but it might be our only chance.
I'd rather ask Michael to testify.
No, Mum.